Descending into the schools of sharks, Cranston faces yet another danger: nitrogen narcosis, or rapture of the deep. Beyond 150 feet, he's now operating his rebreather, the cable lights, and his camera in a state of mind roughly equivalent to drinking 4 martinis. All the while, more and more sharks are crowding in on him.
You get a little feeling of nitrogen narcosis, and I enjoy that feeling. It makes it exciting. Your air starts to get a little thick when you breathe it, and you can tell you're getting narked. They say that it's like drinking 1 dry martini on an empty stomach for every 50 feet of descent. If that's the case, 200 feet is a real nice level for me.
As he continues down, Cranston leaves Poole and the French divers behind.
In rebreather diving, there's a lot of numbers. There are 3 sensors that are giving me information on the partial pressure of oxygen I'm breathing. There are depth numbers. There are time numbers. You look at the numbers and you think to yourself, oh, I'm fine. I understand where I'm at and I understand where I'm going. And then you try and concentrate on a shot again, completely forgetting all the numbers. So you're constantly checking your gauges over and over again because you know you're at 250 feet and you know that the numbers are stacking up against you quickly.
Below 200 feet, the underwater world gets darker. At the limit of visibility, Cranston senses something moving. A great wall of sharks. Beneath him, between 250 and 300 feet deep, are hundreds and hundreds of gray reef sharks.
These sharks, over thousands of years, have developed a system that works for them. I think that there is some size segregation and sex segregation as well in these shark schools. Smaller animals don't want to compete with bigger animals that have teeth for the same fish sandwich.
Nearly 300 feet deep, Cranston suddenly finds himself buzzed by a small group of dolphins. Surrounded by countless predators, they are clearly having fun. Not only fun, but as Cranston watches the dolphins swim by, he sees sharks skittering away.
Dolphins have a completely different modus operandi than sharks. Sharks aren't in it for the fun. Sharks are in it for the survival. When you look into the eye of a dolphin, it looks back at you. Shark's eye doesn't do that. You look into a shark's eye and it's just cold, black stare.
But the clock down here is ticking. At these great depths, even with the rebreather, Cranston cannot stay down more than a few moments. His safety divers have long since returned to wait for him on the anchor line. The penalty for diving deeper and staying longer is decompression time. Now, alone, Cranston must work his way to the surface in carefully calculated stages. Above 30 feet, he switches over to breathing pure oxygen. This cuts his decompression time in half.
There's a lot of darn sharks down there. Lots of current, lots of sharks, and they're moving fast. And they're moving fast. This way, that way, back again. I've seen, you know, a dozen or 20 or 30 of them, but I've never seen hundreds and hundreds of sharks. These sharks are actually in layers. There's 50 or 60 of them, and then you go over here and there's another 50 or 60 of them, and you look around and there's 100 sharks, 200 sharks. If you swim around, you'll see 500 sharks. I don't know how many sharks are here.